All right, Maggie, let's give this a go. So when I activate your new sections here so you can edit, a whole bunch of stuff is going to show up. Try to ignore that. That's just a lot of stuff that makes your website work. What you need to be concerned about in order to do the stuff that you want to do is you need this tab called Pages, okay? And then once you hit Pages, you'll run down and you'll see a whole bunch of pages. Some of these are waiting to be used for other things, and some of them need to be cleaned up and gotten rid of from building it. But say you want to edit the home page. You see how they'll have titles like here's your FAQ, here's your thing, but your home page, okay? And you want to click on that and you have all these options. Now you just think you want to hit edit, right? But if you just hit edit, it goes to the built-in editor that isn't as good as the one I use, which is called Edit with Elementor. All right, and so you want to click Edit with Elementor, and that'll load this kind of extra program that I use to do the building. That makes it a lot easier to visualize the building and stuff, and it'll make it a lot easier if you want to move stuff around and add it. So let this load for a second, and it'll be pretty straightforward after that. That's the most confusing part is really all this stuff on the left that you'll learn what it all is, and some of it needs to be cleaned up from just trying other stuff. But don't worry about that. You go to Pages, edit with Elementor, okay? Any chance you edit with Elementor, and then it'll load up this kind of dual panel thing here, okay? And on this side, okay, is the page. This is the web page, as you see, and it'll load the images here shortly. Man, the internet is taking forever right now. But each one of these things, you see how the little boxes light up, is another little block of something. And so each little block can be edited, and then blocks can be added, and all kinds of good stuff can happen. These top levels are sections, and then these blocks are inside of the sections, and so it kind of is how a website is coded and organized visually. All right. Oh, here's your pop-up. So any of this stuff can be edited if you by clicking on it. You click on it, and on this side you see the edit pane comes up, and there are all kinds of really fun options to mess around with any kind of thing to make things line up and do your thing. So, work around to your heart's content, but live with whatever you're willing to change. That's the fun part. Yeah, it's just like there's all that. And if you want to add anything, you click this little hamburger up there, this grid, and these are all different things that you can add. Okay, this Pro one you don't have access to, no one does, because we didn't buy it. So any of these things that don't have a lock on them are good to go. All these different things are little blocks of something. Like here's a Google map that you can add if you want to put a Google map in. We'll do it way at the bottom so that we can practice. Say you want to put a Google map in, you click and drag it over here into a fresh section, and then you can add in all the information in these different things, play with the style, the markers, and whatnot, and the location. And there's a couple of different kinds of ones of these. And then these are all click, and you can drag them and drop them in different places too. So it's kind of like a click and drag. These are different options for your whole sections kind of thing, and if it doesn't work out, you just hit this X and it deletes it kind of deal. You can go through all of these. There's galleries, carousel, images, shortcut. You don't need to worry about that so much. But there's a YouTube. If you want to search for things, you can search like you want YouTube videos. You can use any of these for, videos. You can put a YouTube link in them. All kinds of good stuff. Um, that's that's the basics of it. So, like, say you want to edit this block right here, boom, you click on it, and then you click in here, and you edit it in here. You can change a whole bunch of different stuff. Um, Say that image, you want to change that image, boom, you click here, you click the image. Here's all the images loaded up in your library that are already loaded. If you want to load new images, you click this upload files, and then you select the file or you drag and drop it into here. So that's the down and dirty on how to do basic edits to your website. Welcome to the rabbit hole. But if you want to make some changes and stuff like that, you're more than capable of doing this stuff. If you have questions, I would search, WordPress Elementor, and that'll get you where you need to go most likely in terms of how to do that and things. So yeah, this is what your page looks like if you don't click Edit with Elementor. So you just click this Edit with Elementor button, and it'll bring you there. And then this is back to your normal pages, your About You, your blog. This is a backup. This is actually your blog right now. This is your old blog. We'll trash that one. Yeah. So some of this still needs to be cleaned up, but your music downloads in there. And some of those, like the music downloader, are there, but they're not on the front page, right? Because they're a link that you send people to. So it just sits in the background. Different things like that. These are, yeah, let's start there. See if you can do that. I'll upgrade your privileges. But by doing so, do this. But if you break the website, it's on you. That's the only editing. You shouldn't really be able to break it as long as you go into Elementor and you edit within Elementor. You'll be able to make it look funny, but you won't be able to break it per se. If you start messing around with too many things over in here, you'll be able to break it, and it'll just crash and it'll lock you out, and you'll be calling me. But so start here. Start with the page you want to edit. You click this Edit with Elementor, and then use those blocks, and it's drag and drop, and pretty much you can click on whatever you want. So give that a shot, and let's see how she goes.